What's up, guys? Quick video because I haven't done one in a while, and I'm a mess today. Sorry about that. But pretty much, I got another package today. I'm starting to think I might have a collecting graphic card addiction, and I'll show you why. But I bought 3 graphic cards, and let's show you what they are. I bought all 3 of these from the same seller off eBay, all auction, and somehow I won all 3. I know why I won these 2 and this one. The seller said that they had cleared out their uncle's loft or something like that, so the top of the house in the roof. Excuse me. And he had mislabeled these as GTSs. Someone else was also bidding on them, but to be honest with you, they looked like as if maybe they didn't work. And also this GTX 670. And I got this 670 mainly because I want to put it in my old 2012 rig, because I don't sell my computer rigs anymore or dismantle my old ones. I just keep them there. And like, I've got my 2019 PC, I've got my 2012, and my 2023 PCs over there. I tested all 3 of these and they all work. So I'm a bit surprised, and this one was a bit more of a surprise because this was actually the superclocked edition with 4 gigs worth of RAM. So that'll be a nice upgrade from the old 2012 gaming PC I have. And let's just put this, actually I'll leave it there. And then we have this BFG OC original. Oops. Yeah, I have one of these already, but it's the OC2. And now this one here is a bit of a rarer 8800 GTX. It's the MSI one. And it's even got the old MSI logo, MicroStar International. I mean, most people don't even know what that stands for, or what MSI stood for back in the day, but I do. But I think I've got too many 8800s now. I'm just going to pause this and grab all my 8800s and you'll see what I'm talking about. Sorry about the shaky cam, but these are now all my 8800s. As you can see, I have quite a few. I have 2 BFGs. They are pretty much both overclocked editions. I think BFG only did overclocked editions. And you can see at the BFG here, you can see the OEM sticker, because with these cards, they're literally all the same silicon, same cards pretty much. I don't think there was really much any revision changes between the cards, just that each contractor, supplier, whatever you want to call them, would put their own little funny sticker on it and change the clocks maybe. Like BFG were more like, let's just put these to the max and then give it a lifetime warranty. And that's probably why they're not here anymore. And yes, we do have this rare one now, which is the MSI, which I got recently, as I just said. That one is probably one of the most rarest ones I see. These ones here is common as muck. Absolutely common. These are quite rare, but very nice. I think these are the nicest looking ones. I got these 2 because of Maxi Shine, because if anyone was to watch YouTube in 2007 like I did, these were the ones he used. And then naturally we got my 3 8800 Ultras. And do you know what's great about all these cards? They all work. Every single one of these cards works. I have 11 8800s of the GTX variant or higher. Because let's be honest, those Ultras are just slightly faster versions of these. Because Nvidia got scared of what AMD, or actually ATI at the time, were going to release, and turns out that ATI released something really crappy, the 2900 XTX, I can't remember now, but pretty much they weren't very good, so they didn't need to release those cards after all. And that isn't all my graphic cards I have. I also have this bin full of them. Yeah, I think I actually have a problem. I have a lot of graphic cards. A lot of these are ranging from dual GPUs all the way up to single GPUs. Like there's a few 680s in there. There's a 580 in there. There's some 560 Ti's. There's some 450, 4850s, 6850s. You name it, there's probably one in there. GTX 260s. There's a lot of NVIDIA cards in here, which is quite ironic because I don't really buy their cards anymore because I think they charge stupid money for what they are. And to be fair, I think all graphic cards nowadays are stupid money. Alright, this is semi-organized now, so I'll just say what these are. GTX 260s, EVGAs, 2 MSI 560 Ti's, an X800XL from Asus, a 9800 GT, 6970. One thing about the 6970, I hate the cooler. I swear, each one I've ever seen of these on eBay or anywhere, the cooler just disintegrates. Like mine's broken, I have to replace the cooler, and God knows how I'm going to do that. 2 EVGA GTX 7900s, a Quadro card which I just use for testing up the top there. It's just a good display adapter. My favourite graphic card, my BFG 7900 GS, the first ever graphic card I ever bought. 2 GTX 570s, 2 EVGA, no, not EVGA, sorry, 2 GTX 580s. That's a 3 gig model. That's a 1.5. 3 8800 GTs, 2 BFG, 1 FX, 2 9800 GTXs. One's a BFG, but the sticker's fallen off, and one's an FFX, which, yeah, you can see right there. I've got some more rarer cards, which I'm just about to go through. Did I leave a BFG? 1 second. This is my 8800 GTS. This is a 320 gigabyte model, which I think this would be perfect for retro games, in my own humble opinion, like Oblivion or anything like that. Probably won't be able to play it at high resolutions because of the 320 gigabyte limit, so if you can get a 640, I probably would. And this is just turning into ranting. What? I just got so many graphic cards nowadays. See, this is a 9600, isn't it? Yeah, this is this is a 9600 GT, but this is one of those rare ones which has a 1 gig of VRAM in it, and it looks barely used. But I mean, why would you? I mean, this card isn't very strong, unfortunately. Alright, as you can see, I've got my dual GPUs out. And a lot of these cards I got for stupid cheap, and a lot of these cards I got ripped off on. So let's go through them. The newest one is a 6990. Got ripped off because I got one of these from CEX. Didn't work. Tried to return it, and they said I replaced it. So thanks CEX. So I had to buy another one because I just wanted it for my... I'm in 2 minds about my 2012 PC. If I'm going to keep it to my original spec, which I actually built it at, which was a X79 platform with a 320 i7 with 2 670s and SLI, or I could just put this in there and, put it as high end as it would have been for 2012. This one is a GTX 590. You may have seen I actually got 2 of these. The second one is a fault with the fan. So no matter which fan I plug in, it won't work. I don't know why. I maybe one day might have it repaired somewhere. But yeah, this card does remain extremely cool. It's a very nice card. I'm happy to have it. Cannot complain. I mean, these 2 cards, they run relatively cool and they're not actually obscene. Then we come to this card and this card. This card works perfectly, just like these 2 do. This card, it just runs really warm. I've taken this card apart. I've cleaned up the heat sinks because these things, when I bought it was completely clogged up. And I replaced the thermal paste, and the temperatures are still obscene. I mean, you're talking about 80 degrees plus, almost hitting 90 degrees. So you can understand why there aren't many of these still working. And then we come to this side. I've had 3 of these. Literally had 3 of them, and all 3 were broken. It took me taking apart 3 cards to put one decent card together. I'm talking from the PCBs having the same BIOS boards, to the ribbon, to the fan. You have no idea how much pain and suffering this graphic card has given me, which is a 9800 GX2. I do not dare use it because I think it'll break within about 4 or 5 hours of me using it, just because I think it will cook itself, just like this thing will probably cook itself in a couple of months and kill itself after a couple of months, because this thing works perfectly and it looks absolutely sick, I might add. But this thing will actually kill itself just because I just think it's just a terrible design. It's two GPUs sandwiched on top of each other with like sodal airflow. You can see when they went from this to this, they tried to resolve that by making a cheese grater effect on it, and it just sucks so much. I would not recommend dual GPUs anyway. And you're probably wondering, why do I have these? Because these cards were once upon a time the top end of the top end. You could only dream about having these cards. I remember people having 2 of these in their systems and then immediately selling one because Quads SLI really didn't work out, and they kind of stopped doing that as soon as they hit the GTX 480. Because let's be honest, you could use 480s, but you would literally need a 2000 watt power supply and a large bank account to pay for the power bill. And my last one is my 7950 GX2. And this card was a little bit dodgy when I first got it, as in the fans weren't turning, there was so much dust in it, and it looked like as if it wouldn't work, because on the back, where can I find, there's a scratch on the back of it. Here it is. Don't know if you guys can see that. You see that scratch right there? Half a meter point with the camera. I thought that would affect it and that, you know, it would stop it from working. But apparently it's not deep enough to actually make an effect. So I would say that is probably one of my most rarest graphic cards I own. They do come up on eBay occasionally, but demand a high premium or are normally broken. That one works. I do all these graphic cards here work. Everything I have works. I do have a bin of graphic cards which don't work, but I keep them for like spare parts, mainly for coolers if I'm honest, and just for reference points, and just, yeah, I'm a bit of a hoarder when it comes to computers. Anything else I chuck away immediately, but when it comes to computers, I am terrible. I've got a box full of motherboards, I've got 3x58 boards and a load of socket 775 boards. I've literally been collecting these for ages, and I think I might have an issue. I might have to try to do some spring cleaning. So guys, did you own any of this stuff in the past? Did you guys own, shall we say, a GTX 295? Did you guys own an 8800 GTS? Let me know inside the comments.